guys, I'm Mellowseven. This is Football Manager 2018, and we are with Køge in Denmark for our Journeyman League. So, we have 2 matches left of the season. I figure we're going to play both of them in this episode. We're going to try to burn through them as quickly as possible. We need 1 point to be champions out of those 2 matches. Just 1, and we've got it. Maybe not mathematically. In theory, if they score like 30 goals in a game, they could get us on goal differential. But 1 guarantees us at least a tie at the end of the season, and we should win on goal differential. So, unfortunately, as you can see, we've got a little bit of an injury problem. So, Nielsen injured, his backup's injured. Michael Kramer's injured. Lindstrom is injured, his backup is injured. And Vogelmuth is injured. So, mostly these guys are just, well, some of these guys are just about back. If we check my latest email, you can see that Bjorn and Nielsen could both play. So we are going to just put Jürgen in and fingers crossed. We need 1 point. Match sharpness is 83. Conditions 95 for both of them. So I think we'll be okay. And like I say, we can put Bjorn in as a sub if we need to. Magnus Hauser, we could play him for 45 minutes if we need to. I think we're okay without him. And Vogelmuth, again, I don't think we start him, but I think we make sure he's on the bench in case we decide we need some sort of sub. So let's go ahead, and we're actually going to swap him for Hauser since he can play. Even though it shows injured for him, he's actually, I guess, in better shape than Hauser is at the moment, right? 60 versus 45, yeah. Whoops. So at the moment, then, we have Christensen as attacking midfielder, and I have gone ahead and just made him a shadow striker, and then we put Miklic on target man support. So he'll hold up and maybe try to feed Christensen a little bit, and we'll take advantage of that good finishing. Nielsen still on the outside with Bus behind him, Bonn and Hagel at the end. That's kind of what we're going to run with, and you can see the bench there. I guess we can leave Hauser on the bench there. So that's what we're going to run with today. Let's see how the games have gone since we last saw you. And Middelfart, you saw that 4-3 loss. You guys see all the losses. What is it with that? I didn't show you this one, did I? I mean, there's a lot of wins here, and you guys see the only 2 losses. Anyway, we went against Athletic Bold Club, and you see we crushed them 4-1. No, maybe you saw these 2, right? You saw both of these. That's right. I remember that one. He didn't get the assists, but he did get 2 goals. Okay. And then we moved on to Vidovre. And you can see Bonn had a goal and 2 assists. So the record is his now. So it should be up to 18 at the moment. Larson got a goal. And Sorensen, who we're playing in for Vogelmuth in the middle right there, also got a goal. Played pretty well. I made some subs at the end. We put in Hagel for Kramer. We put in Anderson for Kolisic. And we put in Hauser for... I don't remember who we put Hauser in. Maybe it must have been Sorensen. I'm trying to get yellow cards off. And of course, that's a whole lot of defense that was removed, so we gave up a goal. Back to our giving up a stupid goal at the end there, right? So, we need 1 point from Fred or Van Sissel. So let's get into it. Without further ado, we've won 6 of the last, I guess, 6-2, so 12-14, I guess. But like I say, all we need is a point. No rum today. I have to drive to actually recording this Christmas Day. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and a spectacular New Year's as well. I'm a little bit ahead, as you can see. I have to drive to San Jose today to pick up my mom at the airport, so. I don't know about that team speech, but all right, like I say, we need 1 point out of this. Well, out of these 2 games, and the ref there tried to block that, and Bus over to Nielsen. Nielsen put a head on it. He does have a gashed head, so maybe heading isn't the best thing. Well, I don't have to leave as early as I thought I did. Come on, phone. I don't have to leave as early as I thought I was going to go to the airport. Her plane is delayed due to problems with the bathroom door, actually. See what Nielsen, he just dribbles around for a long time. He's a little bit confused. We're playing him with a concussion, maybe. Larson up to Christensen, who takes the shot. Oh, that's what he's there for, as a shadow striker, and he misses it. It's a spot that our team has been money on most of the season, too. Not a spectacularly exciting match so far. Oh, and we lose. We give up a goal. Fred is up. That's terrible. Jensen feeds that one into Sorensen. He goes it right back in. Puts the cross in. A couple heads. Domtoft has it. And just slots it in there. We've given up our sentry there on the back. And we're not... Well, there we go. Beginning to get some shots. I think I'm going to demand more. It's beginning to look like we might need to put in Vogelmuth, huh? Put him in at halftime. We won't stress that 60 minutes too much. We're only down a goal. I said we need 1 point. But we are making this as dangerous as possible, aren't we? Okay, I think we yell at them, and then we make the sub. Aggressive. Show me something else. Tactics. We got to put. Which guys played worse? Why is this such a horrible... I don't even know why they give us that page. I click tactics, then I have to click tactics again to go to tactics. And there's nothing on that page that does anything that this does better. I don't understand it. When they came out with it, it was just an extra page for... I guess the UI guy. They had a new UI designer, is my understanding. And I think he just felt the need to make his mark on the game by giving us useless pages. And he's done such a good job in so many other bits, but that bit is just... It's the most obvious, and it's a negative. Okay, so we are going to 6-4 for Kalisic. But he's been good. He signed that big contract, and he hasn't really done much since then. But let's put his partner back in there. I think I like him that way. Oh, look at Sorensen. He's just fallen off the planet. Training-wise. And this... Last time I checked, his training was good. Is it just age? He's only 26. I don't know. All right, so Vogelmuth comes in for Bisgaard. There we go. And this, again, becomes, I think, a deep line playmaker on support. No, we're going to make an attacking playmaker, or advanced playmaker, because we have Christensen as a shadow striker, not as the advanced playmaker that we had up there before. So I think that's it, and then we start the second half. Fingers crossed. See if we can come up with something. I honestly didn't expect a loss here, but they might be playing against relegation too, so it's possible they have a lot to play for, and they are at home. Oh, and then we put it in and nobody tries for it. It sits there, but they went right to a guy, but I mean nobody pushed up to try to get it. They just let him take it. I'm not a fan of that. I think you should charge a ball, especially a rebound. Plenty of people there. Nothing happening. Demand more. Are you guys going to see another loss? My gosh. We're putting shots on. We're up to 11 shots. No chances, though. Oh, wait. I thought about doing this before, but what I'm going to do is... Wait, what foot are you? You are right-footed. Christensen, are you also right-footed? You're also right-footed. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to put Miklic there, leave him on target man support. We're going to put you here, and we're just going to put you as an poacher. And, I got one more. Cancel. Tactics. That's stupid. I don't know why I can't just go in and see the page as it was already. poacher and put the ball in the box. Get rid of that. Confirm. Play. Put both guys up, feed it up, see if we can feed the target man. 13, 14, we're getting shot. I mean, look at that. We're getting shots. Get creative. All I want is a draw out of this. And we are getting FM'd. And this is, we've had possession, we've had the shots, but we can't get a clear-cut chance. They've just parked the bus on us. There's a chance we get a goal here, but this is probably just the final highlight. Again, a weak header in with the guy with the gashed head. And Christensen gets it and hangs on to it, and we're going to lose. We're going to lose this one. The pressure is really coming down on this. It seems like anytime there's something really to play for, which is why we're back for these, the team just gives up. They just roll over. Once it's taken care of, we're fine. But, man, big games, this is not the team for it. I'm curious really fast. So disappointed. Did Horsens win? Horsens won. 1-0. Yep, and they escaped the drop zone. So they had something to play for. We didn't. Helsinger's got the other spot there. Let's go ahead really fast and let's look at our roster. And just out of curiosity, let's go insert and let's look at big games. Let's see, is this an actual problem or did we just run into a team with a lot to play for that day in their house? I would say the problem is we don't play in big games. I mean, look, you can see Vogelmuth and Bjorn. Well, Nielsen's an 11 too, so that's not a big swap. But we've really only got 4 players, and one of those is the goalkeeper. So for our next match, let's see, our standard would be like this, right? Yeah. Oh, so these would be our starters in theory next match, assuming we don't have more injuries. This is about as close to, I mean, with the injuries and the suspensions, about as close as we can get to it. Neither of these players likes important matches either. You know, none of these guys. So this isn't, in theory, not necessarily a terrible thing, but Bus just disappeared. I don't really have any, I mean, I've got Mikkelsen. We could try it, but Mikkelsen isn't very good, which is why he's not in the first place. So I don't know that it's worth it. But yeah, you can see that, you know, especially up front here, you know, a 2 from Larson, a 3 from Miklic, a 1 for Bus. That's a lot of offense that just disappears in big games when we need them. Bisgaard hasn't been terrible in the big games, to be honest, but he hasn't excelled necessarily either. You can see, you know, once the one record was gone, he played an 8, and now that there's pressure on us again, you know, we're back down. So, you know, important matches is clearly an issue for this team. But, you know, I mean, we have what we have. So it doesn't really change the way we're going to play at all because injuries, but also we're just not we don't have that depth. We don't have players that are close enough to our good players to make it worth subbing for the big match. I mean, we just have to stick with our big players. So if you don't have access to those numbers in your normal game, it's because you don't have the, could be 2 things. Either A, you don't have the in-game editor, which is this little pencil here. So if you don't see this icon here, then you don't have that. It is DLC. It costs like $5. But it does let you see the hidden end. You could, in fact, come in here and edit any of those if you really so choose. Or you have it turned off, because I believe you can turn it off when you start your game as well. Disable it. So anyway, I don't play with them too much. For these big saves, the YouTube saves, I generally don't. Some of it's stuff you should know. You know, once a player has enough, the scout may tell you. So, for instance, let's take a look. Bus was what, like a 1? So if we look here, our scout may tell us that a con for him is he doesn't like big games. Dread's playing in big matches. There you go. That tells you that that's a 1. So there are other ways to see this information, just not as conveniently as just giving me the number, right? Once he's played for a little while, we'll see. Mickelson shouldn't have anything because he's kind of in the middle for that. But he's not he's not very consistent, right? What do they say for Sorensen here? So there is some of this, depending on how much the scout knows about the player and where the number is. And you can see here, consistency is an issue for him. So if we come back here to Sorensen, let's go back here and let's take a look, see what consistency looks like. And we should, in theory, see that. So you can get to all this information more or less in other places. It's just, like I say, it's a lot more convenient to throw up here. But I tend to ignore the numbers a little bit. And we see a 9. It's not terrible for him. That just may be his weakest number. His hidden mentals may be pretty good. And we are fairly consistent overall. You see Mickelson and Fredrickson are not. We've seen a little bit of that, but, anyway, let's remove that. We'll go ahead and remove that. And let's, I'm going to hit continue a couple more times, and we'll be back for Vencissel. All right, guys, welcome back. Interestingly enough, I just got a message saying, due to good payroll budget management, they have increased the percentage of transfer revenue to 15%. We're not really doing all that good at our payroll. I mean, we're over. We were under for most of the season, but we haven't been under since they took away our transfer revenue anyway. So I don't know. Beats me. We're almost $1 million in the hole so far, and we are $1 million down for this season. We are going to get a little bit more money here one way or the other, but I think that's funny. Now, I did have a team meeting, and of course, because we know that this team doesn't like big matches, as a whole, I said, our best chance to win this, just stay calm, play your normal game, don't worry about it. And everybody was fine with that except for Asger Bus Sorensen, right, our defensive midfielder, who does actually like big matches. And he was a little upset, but everybody else was fine, was good with that. There were a couple, like 3 or 4 people maybe that were unmotivated one way or the other. Sorensen was pissed, and everybody else loved that. So, that's what we're going to try. Team selection. We do have one more injury. You can see we have lost Mickelson. He is out for a while as well, 2 to 5 weeks, but we are going to put Kramer and Lindstrom back in. Do we have an extra spot? We do not. Who is worse shape? Not sure did they tell us today? Did we get a fitness test? Bjorn. Both of them failed. Not recommended. But Lindstrom is in much better condition. Well, no, 81 versus 82, but 89 versus 70. Okay, so they are potential subs, but not, they're not going to get, no. They're not going to get in for any extensive time. They're clearly not starting. But, if we've got 20 or 30 minutes left and we need to make something happen, then we can put Lindstrom in. At least it's the last game of the season. As far as I'm concerned, we can risk him a little bit. Unless, of course, we lose and Horsens wins, then we have to do a playoff. So we do need to be a little bit careful with that. Challenge the team to go out. I think we avoid the title. Play your game and you win. Okay. Wasn't terrible. Wasn't spectacular. Okay. Yeah, see, we don't have that big pink stuff here. But that other one was definitely set up for us. Were we playing that? I don't understand. Maybe that's the other side of the field. Maybe we've got 2 sides and I'm just used to looking at this side. Maybe no? I don't know. Nielsen feeds that one up to Christensen. Gets up to Miklic, the target man. Hopefully he just... Why did you not go left? Bus, take it up. Somebody get it over to the... we got lucky there. Christensen scores. I don't know why that didn't go to Bond right away. He was all by himself out there. And just... I guess he already got records and just they said, screw you, you don't need any more. I mean... Look, Miklic is looking right at him, and he's like, no, let's go back in the really crowded area. I mean, I guess if Christensen had taken it, he could have crossed back, pulling everybody there, and left Bond a close-up shot. But I just have to think Bond was the better option there. But we got our goal, so we won't be too negative. And we'll see if we can get something else. Man, what a boring match. We've had 2 shots. They've had 1. We have controlled possession. We're just not doing anything with it. I mean, we got 58% possession right now. Bus up to Vogelmuth. I need to check to make sure Bus is still charging in because it doesn't look like he is. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. I'm going to pause this real fast because it doesn't... We must have met... No, he's there. Okay. There we go. That's right. All you fans in the corner there. You can stay in the corner. I realized yesterday that one of my bugs with the audio in this game is the fact that they always cheer when you score, no matter which stadium you're in. Right? So even if we were away, we'd still get the cheer. Even if we only had 12 people, or even if the stadium was empty, if there were 15 people in there, it'd be the same volume. We talked about that. But they always cheer you. I think they always cheer everybody, don't they? It doesn't matter who scores, they just cheer. That seems silly and easy to program differently. I would think, just add a boo sound in there or something, or just not get loud. I think it'd be interesting, too, is if the background volume went up. If you were winning and playing well, you were creating chances, then you got some audience cue that you're playing well. Like in a normal match, right? If your team plays well, the audience gets louder and louder and louder, and if you're doing bad, you can hear a pin drop, right? I think it should be the same way in this, and I don't understand why it's not in there. It seems to be a very obvious, easy thing to do, but, every chance created gets louder. Every chance from the other opponent maybe makes you quieter. Or, maybe overall chances just bring it up for an exciting game. I don't know. I think there's a number of ways you could do that. Challenge the team to prove a point. No, I think just keep it going. We back off. We don't put pressure on them. Rain's beginning to come down. We got a 1-goal lead here. It might get a little bit sloppy. Just boot it up to Bond. Bond kicks it into the center. Miklic, I don't know really who got that, but we ended up with control, but that was kind of the end of it. Dearmos feeds it into Hussein, into Stephenson. Endegard Kettleson. It's a mouthful there. Ooh, we got lucky there. Haran puts that one wide and high. Okay. They've had 4 shots so far. I think that's 5. They're beginning to put some pressure on us. I think we concentrate, maybe? There we go. Dude's got it. Dude doesn't mind a big game. Is there a reason my concentrate didn't happen? And now I'm not allowed to talk? It never showed up, and... I mean, that was the... I guess the game, because there wasn't a pause because Dew had it. We're getting lucky there. Might need to demand more here soon. All right. You know what? It's time. We're putting Lindstrom in. He's at 81%. Christensen was at 80, so in theory, match fitness, I think actually probably Christensen isn't spectacularly match fit. It's come in the last few, but looked like Vogelmuth got ahead on that, fed that back out to Hugard. Oh, there's just people there. Oh my God, we got so lucky they misplayed that. They had at least two people that had guaranteed goals if the ball had gone to them. Lidstrom feeds it across to... Oh, look at that. Beautiful little touch. Vogelmuth puts it away. There we go. Our three of our injured players. We're so happy to have them back here. Lidstrom to Nielsen to Vogelmuth. All 3, either first time back or second game back from the injury. This is how much we've missed these guys. Lidstrom feeds it all the way across Nielsen. He needs a little pause, but he just redirects it, right? Doesn't hang on to it for any appreciable amount of time. Up to Vogelmuth, who puts it away. 3-0. I would think at this point that should do it for us. From here on out, it's just, play your game. Don't have a horrible collapse. Miklic up to Bus. Nelson's there. Nielsen, excuse me. Oh, we got unlucky there. I thought it might bounce back to, is that Miklic? Miklic there. Okay. Just finish this one out. Nielsen's 8.8. Spectacular. We're really going to miss him next season. We're going to need to find somebody to put opposite him. I've got a couple people from this division that I'm scouting. One of which was Juventus's. Oh yeah, actually, the guy here, right? Don't they have the guy we want? Was it Lindegaard? Nope, he's on loan. Maybe it was that guy. Hussein? No. Midfield left. Also, I think it was this guy right here, right? Lars Hugard that we're scouting. We must be, because we can see all his numbers now. Yeah, he looks pretty good. He was the one that he has the assist record this season, right? Acceleration, pace, decent decisions. Leadership is okay. Off the ball's a little weak. That's the only negative. Off the ball and positioning. So we need to work on positioning for him, but everything else looks really good. Yeah, not too shabby at all. So anyway, there was another left wing that was very good that was transfer listed that I've been being asked questions about. So I'm also scouting him, threw him on the short list. We've got no money at the moment to make an offer for anybody, so we just have to kind of hope that. Oh, the goalkeeper fell down. Bisgard got a goal there at the end, and the youngster. Let's see. I guess it's not just our goalkeepers that falls down. Let's see. Sorensen put a head on it. Oh, Bisgard. I think he thought Bisgard was going one way and he went the other, and there's just nothing he could do. You know, reflex save, and he picked wrong. You know, a little bit like a penalty shot. Come on, Vogelmuth. Get it out there. Up to Nielsen. Nielsen, take it to the corner, make something happen there. Peterson manages to pluck that out of the crowd. And that should do it. 4-0. Good win for us. Maybe it won't do it. Maybe we'll keep playing for an indeterminate amount of time. Nielsen over to Vogelmuth. I'm sure this is just the final highlight, but there we go. There's the whistle. Winning in convincing style, again, in front of the home fans. That was their plan all along, apparently. They want to set these records in front of the home fans. Jeppe Lindgaard Kettleson, there we go. 8.6 miles run. Jurgen Nielsen, 2 assists. Spectacular for us. Once we finally put him in and left him in, did well. Horsens won 3-zip as well. They kept the pressure on us right to the end, but it looks like we are going to edge him out. I think we can go passionate. Got what we wanted. And, yeah, I think we live with that. So let's take a look here. All right, there we go. This is our first championship, right? We've been second 3 or 4 times, but this is our first championship. So a 7-0 humbling of Nyköping. That's right. And a 5-1 dismantling of Horsens at home. Unfortunately, we paired that with 2 losses on the road to them. 4-2, 4-1. 22 goals for Miklic. That's not enough, I don't believe, to get him the league lead. I don't believe. I think he's still going to be down a couple. Yeah. Stukler played spectacular, 26. Clinched the title. We'll get $335,000. That's nice. We set initial budget. So a payroll of $56,000 and a budget of a transfer of $131,000. And that's going to be for Premier League, right? Or well, their Premier League, whatever it's called. Let's see. And what does that do for our finances? So that gets us up to $448 in the hole at the moment. But we should get a chunk of TV money, I would expect, at the beginning of the next season. So they have given us a transfer budget, so we could start to make some moves now. I don't know if I really should do that quite yet. I need to sit down and take a look at our contracts. In fact, we can do that right now. See who's coming back. I think I've got everybody coming back that I want coming back, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head who that is. Hales Bond, praises for him. He was spectacular. There we go. Oh, that is something we could look real fast. I mean, we were just here. I can see average rating. Oh, it's us. Bond, Miklich, and Lindstrom. We run it. Bond up there, 18 assists. Man, Lars Hugard, again, 19 assists for him. So he hung on to the season lead there. Really, really good. Nielsen got 5 players of the match, Miklich 5, but Sebastian Book of AC Horsens got 7. And that makes sense. And shutouts. Look at that. That's how they did it. Martin Rasmussen Cruz. He was just spectacular with 16 shutouts. And luckily we're not on that one. We are leading the league in injuries right now. That has been an issue here towards the end. But, you know, what can you do? Hit continue one more time. Let's see the end of season stuff here real quick. Maybe. There we go. There's 11 emails. That should get us there. Following the completion, 5 players, good enough. Okay. Magnus Hauser? Okay. Oh, he's a sub, but all right. I mean, he did have a good overall rating, but he in limited play. Okay, whatever. Bond obviously deserves it there, but not good enough to get the start, interestingly enough. Bond must have been very good. We obviously have some talent back there. Jürgen Nielsen, again, not good. I mean, we're subs. Look at that. Filipovic. And were the other players Hagel? How is Hagel the pick of our 5 players? 51 appearances, 2 scores, a rating of 699 on a team where the average rating was like 7.5. And Magnus, this makes Filipovic wasn't terrible, but he wasn't spectacular either. That makes no sense to me at all. But Filipovic, Hagel, Bond, Hauser, Nielsen, all subs. Miklich does get the start up there. Vogelmuth is in here, so that's excellent. And Larson as well. They must have already been there, though, because they're not listed here. So Larson and Vogelmuth were clearly already there, right? As was Miklich. Okay. And we see the 2 guys we let go here, Grieve and Amenkwa. We let go heroes, of course. Okay. Average rating of 6.56. Oh, he's playing for Horsens this year. Let's look at his history. What did he do for us? Nothing. He's not nearly as good as Bond is. Not nearly as good as Bond. That's terrible. How about Rochester? Let's check the other side. What has he done? Oh, he's out of the. He's retired. Then he's gone. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's not as good as Nielsen was, or Bond. I mean, I have no idea why that guy is there because he's not near. He didn't play nearly as well. And Hagel, Kramer's already there apparently. I don't know. Absolutely horrible. So Bond, player of the season, first place, 76, of course. I mean, who else could it be? Larson, goal of the season. Let's take a look at it. He's had some pretty big goals. I don't know that I saw anything that would be goal of the season, but this was. I don't even think that's his best. But I mean, it was a good goal. It was a very technical goal, right? I mean, he squeezed that into a shot, but goal of the season, no. Bond signing, young player of the season, Jürgen Nielsen. I think we can all agree that the rest of that looks pretty good. And, we're up. We're a little bit of a dip, back up. Was this first place, really? Yeah. Okay. So we pretty much, we were almost there start to finish. Like I say, we had this little dip in the middle, kind of the end of the first half. But it's okay. Average attendance, 9,400. Obviously, we got a 10,000 seat stadium, so that's not too shabby. We only used 25 players. We only had about 25 players. Team of 2017. Oh, okay. 5 years ago. 8 members. Oh, Vogelmuth has been with the team for a long time, so he's clearly done okay. Anybody else? Andreas Hanna, Gustav. Okay. He's really the only one that's still with us. End of season meeting. Discuss plans for next season. Mid-table. I'm going to say avoid Okay. They're happy with that. Okay. I don't, but they're not happy with it. I don't understand this. We did what you wanted to do, and everybody's still unhappy with me. I don't know. All right, end of season injury report. We did okay in injuries until the very end there. Obviously, though, we don't want to pin our hopes maybe on Pierre. I mean, he had 2 injuries, but they were both long, and he missed 27% of the season and is still out. Bond, 3 injuries, 24 months. Lindstrom, 3 for 5 weeks. That's not too bad. I mean, really, these were the only big one, and I don't even know who Torben Reaper is. Clearly one of our youngsters. Not shabby, though. Not too bad. Attacking midfield right. He's been playing on the youth team, or the B team. Okay. No real potential, though. I mean, he's not as good as he's going to get, but he's not going to get a lot better. Dugard's yearly training all right, so they're going to do that, and I think that's it. And so, did I sign a new contract? Do I have a new contract? I did. I don't think we talked about it. Oh, look at that. 2,000 seats, including some parts that are in standing areas. Okay, we may not be able to do standing room in the top league. That may be a rule there. It's going to cost $250,000. We're only $1 million in the hole, so why not? It's going to take 3 months. Temporarily reduced as the east stand will be closed. Okay, so ultimately, though, capacity. Well, I guess most of our seats are over there. Because we have a 10,000 seat stadium, so if we shut down one side, we should still have more than 3,000 seats. But whatever, it's okay. It's okay. It'll be mostly done over the summer, so it's not a huge issue for us. So continue. Let's see if they throw anything else at us, and then we'll check my contract. I think I even got a raise. And okay, fine. Let's go look at see how we're doing. So my profile. We're up to a solid 2 stars. I am studying for my Continental A license. We just can't break into the 10s, can we? We've had some 9s for a while here. Only 10 is man management, which isn't a bad one to have as a manager, but still. My contract. So I'm contracted for 1 more year, and I am making $925. So didn't we come up making $725? Oh my God! Look at the taxes in Denmark. Jeez. It might be worth a move just to get away from those taxes. Anyway, so we do have 1 more year. In the past, we have always fled teams after promotion. I think this season we go ahead and give it a try. I have the contract. We're making decent money. I do like the team. I don't know how well we're going to do. I don't know how we compete in the upper levels here. Let's look at. Let's go up to the Superliga, kind of see what overview stages. It's not what I'm looking for. Well, I guess. So they've got a preliminary group as well. So we've seen this in some other leagues. So top 6 and bottom 8. And okay, so in theory we're down here and probably down here. So who went to the relegation stage? Let's look at all groups. Randers, AGF, Nordsland. Lyngby kicked our butt the one time we saw him. That kind of scares me. So I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be like. But I hope you guys enjoyed this season. We may get fired next year. We may get relegated again, which is why I generally don't want to do these, is we're trying to boost our reputation. I think the promotion helps, but then if we get relegated the next year, then we answer questions about why we were relegated for the rest of our career, right? Just like our first season where we had problems with locker room atmosphere. I'm continuing to have to answer those questions every time we go through. Miklic broke a goal scoring record. 25, not too bad. Vaughn also got the new assist record. And players of the week. The left half, oddly enough, and then Bus. Okay. Continuing to give us stuff. So season ends in June. We're continuing to hire youngsters. I guess. Doesn't hurt. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this season. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't forget to subscribe. Love to hear your comments. I'm going to wait a bit here, I think. Like I say, this may be going up the 2nd, which I think is a Tuesday. I think that's where we are now, and I'm recording on Christmas, so I'm about a week ahead right now. So I think I'm probably going to set this down. I don't know what I'm going to do for a week. I do need to do RimWorld again. And then I will come back probably the weekend before you guys see this, like if it comes up Tuesday, and I'll sit down and seriously start looking at the off season and what we need to do. So maybe Wednesday, when you see the next video, I will have just started really working on it, and we'll get back for the beginning of the season then and kind of have some idea what we're going to have to face next season up. So thank you again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are having a great holiday season, and I'll see you next episode. Cheers.